Bazalwane, good morning. This is your brother in Christ, Shimon Malefani. I just want to talk to you just for a few minutes on the issue of self-regulation. Now, yesterday we went to that what do they call the CRL Rights Commission dialogue with Bishop Sono. And of course, before we went there, the message that we were expecting was the message of self-regulation. But in all fairness as well to the bishop, he did not really come out and say we advocate for self-regulation, because I asked that question, but he said no, we are not. He's not saying he's advocating for self-regulation. They are just consulting and talking to interested parties and so on. But the underlying message from what I personally picked up was that they are more inclined on self-regulation more than anything else. But here is a problem with self-regulation, especially within our constitutional democracy. Now, before I go there, the recent thing with the pastor that fed people dog meat, you see, that man did not break any law and did not commit any crime. And the SPCA says as well that it's not a crime to eat dog meat. The SPCA says as long as you don't sell dog meat to others, you are not committing any offense. And it says when you slaughter that dog, it should not be in an inhumane way. In other words, you should not make it suffer. The whole process should be as quick as possible of slaughtering it. Now, that man did not commit a crime. And we should not, as you've always said, that sin is not necessarily a crime, and crime is not sin and all that. But here is what's going to happen when we start talking self-regulation and we start being inclined to the issue of self-regulation. If we are going to set up structures and we say there has to be a system of accountability, because that's the word that you're using, there has to be a system of accountability, and we need to set up structures, and whereas pastors, we need to be accountable to someone, we need to be accountable to a certain group. Fine, I understand. But you need to remember this. If the snake pastor, the grass-eating pastor, the whatever these other prophets that are doing, if they say we cannot be a part of your umbrella, we cannot be a part of your group, they have a right to not be a part of that group. It's the constitutional right. And they also have a right to organize themselves and say, we have a similar ideology, we have a similar practice, we have a similar belief. Let us organize ourselves as well as snake-eating pastor, as grass-eating pastor, as whatever they do. Let us form our own umbrella body. They have a right to do that. All these groups are going to be voluntary, and they will also form their voluntary group. Now, Rona as Bazalwane, who said that we are going to self-regulate, you will have no power and no authority whatsoever over what those prophets are doing within their group. Because these are voluntary groups, these are voluntary systems that we have put in place. So the idea that self-regulation is there to deal with abuses in the church, the idea that self-regulation is there to deal with false prophets, is impractical. It can never work. There is absolutely no way that you can deal with them or bind them to a code of conduct if they are not part of your group or part of your organization. There is absolutely no way also that you can force them to belong to your group. You need to remember this. These umbrella bodies are voluntary structures. They are not empowered by the law to do anything, to enforce anything. They will write their constitution, they will agree to their constitution, and that's how far it goes. It will only apply to their members. But it's not going to stop abuses that are done by false prophets in the church. Instead, you need to watch out and you need to listen to this. Self-regulation is there to control churches. Self-regulation is there to control us. These men are not interested in cleaning the church. I mean, Jesus said, let them grow together. We'll see them in the day of judgment. These men are just there to exercise power and authority over other churches. Do not be misled about men saying, let's self-regulate, let's self-regulate. Who's going to choose those men up there? Who's going to say, well, now we agree with you? I mean, even some of those men that are big, they have very questionable history. So this whole thing, Bazalwane, please don't agree to self-regulation. It is there to control us and not to get rid of false prophets or to get rid of abuses in the church. And we've said this before, we've said it again, that's what they're going to push for. Because they know that the government is not interested. Like I was saying, Bishop was saying, sorry, I'm losing connection there. Like I said yesterday that there's talk, if we don't do something, government is going to do something. Government is not interested in regulating religion in South Africa. So there's never going to be a regulation of religion by government in South Africa. And don't allow regulation of religion or self-regulation by these men that are trying to push for it. Resist it. We stand firm. No to regulation of religion. No to self-regulation. Self-regulation should only apply to your local church and to those that are under you. That's it. You are not going to to regulate or have authority over other churches. Our stand is still firm. We are unapologetic. We are saying no to regulation of religion in South Africa and no to peer review mechanisms, no to self-regulation. Thank you so much. God bless you. We love you. Bye-bye.